up in that one. Yeah.
We're on.
Good morning, today is January 21st, 2020. We're here for our, a work session. Let's stand for the pledge. Catherine, can you please lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can you get David in for, his weekly? We're gonna move on to a discussion on, CDA. Is Dawn here? Anybody get Dawn? Okay. I thought she was
Bill went to
here.
go get her.
Yeah, she was here a few minutes ago. I thought she stayed.
How about Ray Cooney, is he here? None of the ones here.
Is Ray Coyne here, Devin? Recreation? Might want to double check with him and have him come down.
There's Dawn.
Hey, Dawn.
Hi.
Sorry.
Okay.
I wanted to give you a, it was about
We
a
have,
1 minute wait.
discussion on policies and, member responsibilities.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna hand these out. Basically, as you all know, and we've discussed in the past, the CDA is its own public authority. So it's got its own organizational meeting, and it has its own other requirements that it has to meet by law. So the cover sheet there is just kind of a quick overview of what the CDA does during the year. And so there's mandatory member training, which I have, there's something in the back, it's a webinar, you don't have to go anywhere. They fill up quickly. I'll send you by email the link to the website. The next available open training is February 19th, but you just need to do it once during the year. Every year, the agency does an annual report, which we work on with our treasurer, Mr. Rothar.
Okay.
We also have two committees, subcommittees. One is a governance committee and the other is an audit committee. Those committees meet a minimum of 2 times a year. The governance committee, we basically talk about our policies and what the agency is doing, you know, in terms of its structure. And then the audit committee is kind of self-explanatory. We go through different things that we need to discuss to make sure we're all on track with our obligations to the state of New York Public Authority Accountability Act.
Quick question.
Yes.
The webinar training, is that the same as the IDA training that I
I
took?
think you've already done it. I
Yes,
have your
okay.
certification, so I have to double check. I think
Just
it's the
wanted to
same
make sure.
training.
Okay.
Yes, and you did give me that, and I keep those
Okay.
things for the year. The other thing is we have a bunch of policies, which I think I'm gonna just run through them by name quickly. We have policies for salary and compensation. We have acquisition and disposition of real property, personal property, defense and indemnification of directors, travel policies. We have investment policies, whistleblower policies. Last year, we did an open meetings law policy, and we updated our procurement of goods and services policy and our ethics policy. So your ethical reporting obligation now is the same one that you do as a town board member. It used to be separate, it's now the same. And then we also last year adopted rules and procedures for the meeting. So I'm gonna send you all those electronically so you can have them in your folder. But our governance committee meeting, we kind of go over those policies and we look for state law to see if they need to be updated or amended. And then every year, the board does a self-evaluation, so it's kind of, you know, self-serving, but it asks you a number of questions, and you as a board member certify whether you think the agency is functioning, and it's a number of questions. You'll get that at the end of the year. And there's also a form, a separate form acknowledgement of fiduciary duties and responsibilities that I'll be sending you, and you guys can read that and sign it and give it back to us. As you know, we have one meeting a month, one regular meeting a month. And the resolutions that are in the packet, our organizational meeting is tonight, at tonight's meeting. Last year and the year before, we did a lot to separate the agency from the town board because it's separate and it needs to be clearly separate in everyone's mind and the public's mind. So the resolutions are done separately. Now they're on a separate agenda. They're separately noticed. The meetings are separately noticed. That didn't used to be the case. So we're doing a lot to just improve our compliance with state law as we go forward. The first resolution in your packet is appoints members to the agency, which is all of you. So that's kind of a typical organizational meeting resolution. And then the
Hold on,
second.
Dawn.
Yes.
Can you back up 1 minute?
Sure.
Tonight's meeting, you mean tomorrow's?
I'm
school
sorry.
board meeting?
Tomorrow's. board
Tomorrow.
meeting.
Tomorrow's board meeting,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You
I
got
always
me in a
think it's
little panic.
Tuesdays tonight, but
Yes.
it's tomorrow, because today is
All right, good.
really Monday in
This
my
is,
mind.
sorry, just had to
No, it's
clarify
okay,
that.
thank you for straightening that out. The second resolution is an omnibus resolution, which basically ratifies all the old policies. I've gone through them and I've updated the dates. All the resolution dates are in there, when those policies were adopted and or amended. In that resolution, there'll be appointed committee members for the governance committee and the audit committee, so those will be decided. And then it basically outlines those existing policies and it readopts them, because there's new board members now. And that's kind of it. It's pretty straightforward, yeah. So, if you have any questions, we're always here. And, again, I'll send you the policies, I'll send you the training link, and also the mission statement, which I wanted to print out, but I wasn't able to before
Okay,
we started.
perfect,
And
thank you.
that is all. You're most welcome. Have a great day.
You too.
Excellent.
Thanks, Dawn.
All right, moving on, we have public safety report. David, would you come up, please? Good morning.
Good morning, Chief.
How is everybody?
Peachy? Thanks.
Okay, just take you through this quickly. So it's our monthly report for December.
Okay,
Basically, the first page is snapshot, calls received, crimes, non-criminal incidents, revenues collected, summonses, it's all on there. The next page over is the tabulation for the whole year, page 4. And then like that, so you have the totals for the year on the end, and then you have the average monthly rate is the last column. So calls are up for last year, we're up to 31,000. I think that's probably an all-time high for us.
Oh, it is?
As far as that I know of.
And how many were there when you started?
I don't even know.
I'm gonna say it was like 8.
Yeah.
8,000.
Yeah, right.
I think it was something like that.
It was a
Wow.
lot, yeah, sure, yeah. Also, I mean, the good news on that part is most of those calls are non-criminal incidents.
perfect.
So, our crimes have kind of flatlined the last, at least 18 to 19.
Sorry,
they're
where's
not-
that number?
Which one?
Am I on the wrong page?
No, it's no, right here. Top one is
It said
31,000
31. Oh, you mean for
Total.
the year,
for the year.
Yes.
but, no, yeah, you got me numbers for the month, I was thinking 3,100. Are there months that are notoriously higher?
Oh, well, I think it's a seasonal thing, with
Summer?
us especially,
Like August,
summer,
I see
right.
August is the highest.
Definitely goes up, so.
People go
No,
outside.
July.
And
July.
people
That's it.
go outside and spend longer
Get
days
spring
outside.
fever in May and
Spring
May
fever,
high
and
numbers.
it starts it, and then when it gets cold, they go inside. That's actually a criminal justice trend that always exists.
That's it.
Across, every year, every town, every
Right.
state, it's very common.
The next page gives you all your criminal incidents. That's page 6. As I say, from 18 to 19, there wasn't really that much of a difference as far as total is concerned.
Okay.
I do show that on an annual report, which I have in the back here. I haven't included in this. I'll give you a copy of that. Next, page 8 is non-criminal incidents, followed by revenues, and the last page is our arrests for the month breakdown. Got a total of 47 arrests in December.
Aside from the calls, the increase in calls, is there any particular crime that you've noticed a trend upward?
I think the petty larcenies was the one that I noticed the
The
biggest.
theft?
Yeah, the theft, right,
Okay.
so.
Scared me.
What else do we have?
Money on alarm fees. Businesses, we get those alarms fixed and without money from them, which is okay, but
No.
if I was a business owner, I wouldn't be too happy that I had to pay that much.
What are the fees now?
For the alarm is $25 for the registration, and then the fines go up. So they start at whatever it is, 100 or then 200 upwards, so. We have, some things that we need to take care of as far as hiring. We're down one right now as far as POs are concerned.
Okay.
So we need to fill that spot. We also have 4 retirements on the horizon, 2 in March and 2 in May.
I think we should start working those
Yeah,
as soon as
so-
possible. I asked
Well, we
Mike
called
about
for
it.
the list.
Yeah, we did.
We called for the list, so as soon as
Good.
that, and I think there's some prospective candidates
Yes.
that you identified
Yes.
possibly? Great.
Thank you. As of last week, that the list wasn't in yet, though. And then I hear there'll be 2 more retirements in December.
That's what I was just
but-
gonna say, there's gonna be 2
Oh,
more
so
from what I
6 total.
understand.
7 total that we would have to fill this year.
And the academy classes are gonna be able
The
to,
academy.
timed appropriately?
No,
Yeah, that's
that's a
usually a
big
problem,
problem that
okay.
we have, right? The academy traditionally has been a fall run event.
Mm-hmm.
So they usually start at the end of the year and then go through to, whatever, May or so.
That's the benefit of hiring a part-timer who's already been through the academy and can come on and just go to field training, which Catherine and I were talking about the other
Yeah.
day.
I was asking Tim about, seems like they don't get enough time though when they come from part-time and go in for the field training.
Is the field training
There's
20 weeks, 16 weeks?
for a regular,
Oh,
not,
well, that's where
not
I'm
a
going.
part-time, right.
Is a part-timer getting the same amount of field training as somebody brand new off the
They
street?
don't get the same amount of time, but they are
get
able
less.
to increase if we feel there's a need to increase that time. So that's watched very closely, and if someone needs some more training, we keep them out
Okay.
there for field
And
training.
of course, they probably received the basics in law and handcuffing and
Yes.
weapons, I mean, there are
Yes.
Well, they
state
get all that in
mandates.
the
Yeah.
part-time academy.
Yeah, no, they have the same certificate we have,
Right.
so, upon graduation,
Mhm.
and they do a lot of work, so they're part-time on their own time when they
Right.
go to the academy. Full day Saturday, and then during the week, it's at night, so, and that runs for 6 months too, so.
Mhm.
I think we need to consider giving them the same amount of training, field time,
Yes. Yeah.
to
As
make,
I-
just to equalize it.
As we say, as I say, we're out there watching them all the time, and we do the same reporting that we do for a regular officer, and if it's needed, they definitely get more training.
good,
We interviewed for Mary's position,
right?
so that's hopeful. Just a slow process, there's still no one sitting there yet, so,
I think that was gonna be discussed in an executive session, no?
okay, is it?
Right.
It's on the agenda
Right.
for personnel.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So can you come back, or,
Sure.
actually, we're gonna probably go into it right after coin if
Wait
we wanna
around.
wait around,
Sure.
yeah.
The CAD RMS, we have the contract for, so we have to get working on that, and that was for the 300, and last year we said 350, it's actually, the quote is $340,000 for the CAD.
Thank you, Governor.
Yes, thanks. Yeah, for sure. Well, it's definitely needed. We started off the kickoff meeting with the RMS with the county.
Mhm.
So that's underway. They feel that will be operational or online by March of next year.
Mhm.
I think it's an ambitious thing to have that date, but hopefully they'll do it, so.
Hmm.
On the rests, as of the 15th, what's today, 20th? So as of last week, we had 29 arrests. And this time last year was 41 arrests, so arrests are a bit down.
Okay.
The good news on that, there's no repeat offenders. So anyone that we've let out has not gone back and committed a crime at this point, so. We're kind
Here.
of watching that.
Here, but all over the place, we're reading
Could be
about them every
somewhere-
day of the
Could be
week.
somewhere else, I've just checked Riverhead records. The sheriff is also gonna keep tabs on that.
Mhm.
They've been over to meet with me, so we'll be sharing stats with them on that.
It would be great
Figure.
if you could give us that info at every monthly report.
Yep, can do. Last but not least, CATCA, we got the national award. CAP got the national award, for, coalitions. So the first year we got it for short-term outcomes, the next year we got it for long-term outcomes.
Okay.
This year we're getting the overall national award, so that's out of 5,000, coalitions.
That's pretty
We're
awesome.
number one, so it is
That's-
pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
And weren't you the
Great,
CAP
congratulations.
member of the month or something?
I was, last month I was
See?
the CAP member of the month, so.
That's because he wins all the quizzes and all the games.
Jeopardy, CAP Jeopardy. I will be attending the ceremony down in National Harbor in the beginning of February.
Nice,
There
okay.
should be a resolution,
There
I
is.
think, in the packet.
Yes.
Okay,
And I think that's it.
perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem, anytime. We have to definitely work on this contract, though.
Okay. We'll sit down.
Yep.
Anything else? We're good? All right.
Oh,
One more, oh, we have one more discussion.
Ray's here.
Is Ray here?
Yep.
Ray is
Okay.
here.
Recreation Department.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, how you doing?
Morning.
Thank you for taking us today. And
Okay, so we're gonna
Hi,
discuss
Ashley. How are you?
rental fees and beach
Jordan.
stickers.
Which one do you want to do first?
I have rental fees and beach stickers.
Okay, we'll do
Morning,
rental fees
Jordan.
first then.
Okay.
This is Ashley and Jordan.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Nice to
They
meet
run
you.
the parks.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go. Okay, so here are two things I'm gonna give you.
Larry? What's going on with the mics?
All right.
Getting feedback.
Ray, like, sounds are coming
Oh, really?
It's resonating.
All right, this is basically all you're gonna need. This is the 2020 fee schedule that it's in a resolution that we're sending to you. The only changes we made from 2019 are outlined in red.
Oh, okay.
And I do have a comparison of the last 3 years, so you can see why decisions we make. This is a little lengthy, so I have to go over it. We try to, pretty much, we'll raise the rates when we see like a trend coming that, hey, we can do this and make more money out of it, because these are independent contractors that come in and rent our fields. So, if you wanna look at the spreadsheet first, this spreadsheet here. The fee we're changing is the $200 one, right, Ashley?
Yeah,
Okay. So the top one, tournament fee rental, in 2017, this is the top left. We charged $175 per day, and we yielded $14,275. So in 2018, we bumped it up to $200 per day per field, and you could see it went down significantly, 64%. And that's really, when we looked at it, we had so many rainouts that year, so a lot of things had to be
Is it
canceled.
driven by the price or something
Yeah.
else?
So we wanted to make sure of that, because in 2019, we we kept it at 200, and it bumped right back up to 15,875. So it jumped 200%. So what we decided was, because we have people calling us all the time looking to use our fields, We thought 15's a nice number, let's make it a little bit more, so we bumped it up to 225. Just a little bit more. The demand is there, and we figured we can get a little bit more revenue out of it. So that's the one we changed, 225 per day per field per week.
Which fields get utilized the most?
Veterans Park, I mean, all of them, Stotsky Park too, we have the girls' fast pitch tournaments come in, and Veterans Park, they're used every weekend.
But I see people at Veterans Park a lot.
Veterans
And
Park
it's
is where we have the
like-
big tournaments.
It's such a nice field.
Yeah,
We just had lights.
We just want the lights, yeah, and we
Yeah.
can pretty much double that. So that was it, was there, one other thing we
Yeah,
changed?
just the leagues, really just the changes happened to the fields that are mostly used out at Veterans, where we predominantly have the most leagues and the most tournaments. Cause there's a lot, like Ray said, there's a high demand for it, and then just the amount of, personnel that we have changing over the field, so much to the cost of that, and then all the materials that go into changing over the fields for rainouts or anything like that, that will help with those fees. Yeah, so it's just the leagues changing from $75 per 4-hour time slot to $100 per 4-hour time slot with an additional $35
Ashley, can you just
for
speak
each
a little
hour.
louder? We're getting a,
Too loud and you're too
low.
an up arrow from Larry.
Yeah, so just changing from $75 per 4-hour time slot to $100 per 4-hour time slot with the change of $35 per each additional hour for the leagues. And that's shown, the same for the multi-purpose fields at Stotsky, we're adding that $35 for each additional hour.
Yeah, and that's at the second line. 2017, we were at 21,275. 2018, since it was leagues, we don't get hit that hard with the rainouts because they pay the full fee no matter what. The rainouts just, it stinks for them. 23,625. And then 2019, the trend's going up another 7%, 25,225. So we feel the demand is there, and we can bump them up a little bit more to continue the trend upwards. And that's the only two changes we made to field rentals.
So you get people to rent the hockey rink there? The little-
We're starting to, and in fact, we're starting a hockey league this year.
That's cool.
The demand for deck hockey is really big. My son plays, I spoke to yesterday, I was
Yes.
at the game.
Right.
But we see a boom, all over Long Island, and they're starting to build rinks. We just put a new polyurethane down in our rink where it's good for the sticks, so I put Jordan in charge of the task. He's gonna start a hockey league this year for
Yes,
kids
and we're partnering with the
adults.
Peconic Hockey Foundation.
Oh, good.
We
Oh,
partnered
okay.
with them.
They've been doing it for a while, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been working with them, we do clinics for them, Jordan's got a great relationship with them, they actually bring some Islanders in, so we'll hopefully, maybe we'll have a little kickoff party with some of the Islanders at the rink, so.
Now, out at Veterans, you do baseball, softball, and lacrosse?
Yes. And
Nice.
starting soon in March, we actually have someone who uses it for rugby. We used to have soccer out there, 'cause since we don't really have multi-purpose like fields yet, flat fields, a lot of people are using the outfield. So we're trying to use every portion of the field that we can. If softball's not going on, we'll put lacrosse in the outfield, and soccer, rugby, anything we can put out there, we will.
Are we looking to adding multi-purpose fields?
We used to have a soccer one that was kinda unsafe though, so we did away with that, so we would like to put,
It's in the plans.
Yeah.
We have that side of the Veterans Park, where you see it's all open, the plan is to put multi-purpose fields with turf. That's part of the overall plan for the build-out for Veterans Park, we just, the money was short, so we had that kinda got shut out, so, we would be, the mecca for tournaments if we can get those fields up and the lights. It's a perfect location, it's a beautiful complex, it's still new, so it'd be great if we can get those multi-purpose fields up. And we need it in the town, I mean, finally, the high school just put in turf fields. Other than that, the fight for the fields was
Yeah.
significant.
well, now it puts us kinda in an issue with the people trying to do lacrosse in the outside, in the outfield,
Right.
and then I have baseball also wanting to, so now I'm taking away from other people who want it, so that, if we did have a turf field, I mean, we'd be able to book that easily.
And I would presume we give priority to local.
Yeah, we actually have a priority
Yeah.
list, the recreation department obviously goes first, any of our events, then the school district goes second. Well, PAL would be fall behind us because they're part of the town. And Tim knows, we've always
our
given
sure
them the fields.
Never cut that out.
And then the school district, and then the independents go last. So as long as the fields are clear, we'll rent it out to an independent, but we wait, to see if a lot of the public uses it for practices and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
obviously Little League gets first
No, we didn't
priority
really touch those
at
fields.
Stotsky Park, yeah.
How's that soccer field over in Stotsky, is that holding up? I haven't been over there. It's fenced in.
It
right?
is.
Yeah.
Out of all the fields,
It's
it's holding
fun
up the
every
most.
once in a while.
But the problem was, I mean, it was a beautiful field. It was a beautiful sod when we did it. The problem is so many people wanna use it. And with the cleats and everything, it's just, they wreck it up. So we periodically have to shut it down just to fix it up a little
Yeah.
bit.
That's
Um,
where the turf fields at
Yeah.
EPCAL would be awesome.
Yeah, oh, you don't have to touch them.
Definitely.
And you can play with them, all year round.
Right.
Because you see them playing in December, January.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll go out and shovel the snow off of them and use them.
Yeah, yeah, so.
I'm a sod guy, and I say you should have at least one all-purpose turf
Well, we
field.
got some that could use
Just to
some help
rotate.
if you want to help us.
You wanna
do
make a
that.
Yeah, I
donation?
agree 100%.
Just to rotate.
Make a
Right?
donation.
We could freshly sod any field you want.
He started it, follow up.
I think we worked
Okay.
with him when we originally
Yeah,
did the sod,
yeah,
yeah.
that's why I was asking
yeah.
how it was holding
And it
up.
was gorgeous,
Yep.
it was gorgeous, and as long as, if we had turf fields or another field that we can use, we
Just
can
to
continue to
rotate,
keep it
yeah.
up, yeah, yeah. So,
It's an expensive enterprise, though.
yeah, I know, that's the problem. It's either you wanna pay up front for the turf, or pay periodically all through the years with the maintenance,
But like you
so.
said, if you could keep it filled all the time, it might be a
Yeah.
moneymaker, really.
And some people prefer the grass. Like we have a lot of adult soccer that plays over there, but then they conflict with PAL soccer. So we have the youth and the adults in the fall, summer. It gets destroyed
Mhm.
because it's used all the time. It's the only ones we have. So
The good news is there's a demand, so.
Okay.
The whole
All right.
park is continually busy, even on the
Yeah.
coldest day,
yeah.
Yeah.
people are out there.
We had
Because I go there
pickleballers-
almost every day.
Pickleballers practicing last week. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
It's
pickleball,
like 20 degrees and they're still
We're out there
practicing.
30-degree
Getting
weather.
ready for
That's
their
an
winter
obsession.
season in Florida.
And our engineer, Drew, called me and asked me how he can get on a pickleball team.
Yeah.
So now it's starting to spread, you know?
Okay.
All right, that's it for the field rentals. The beach stickers would be next. Yeah. This is the results of the 2019. I did a 3-year comparison as well. If you guys can see, we need one more there. So, I love the charts and graphs to kind of show you guys how it works, but you can see where the trends are, and the trends are really in the population. So I'll go over everything first on the first page, and then we'll, the rest of the graphs, and you can see how it went up there. 4x4 permits are the first one. They always hover around the $30,000 mark. So in 17, they were 29.4. You need more?
For the props.
I have 3 more.
I think they just need to.
As long as you guys have one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Wait,
and-
what's the first one? It's covered up by the money.
4x4
First-
permit.
4x4
Yeah,
permit.
4x4.
4x4.
Oh, did I,
okay.
is messed up?
No,
No,
the
it's
money,
fine.
it's kinda
Talking about this.
together.
It's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's underneath.
Yeah, so 4x4, 29.4, 35, and then 2019, 28.8. So it always hovers around the same. So it went up 3%, then it goes down 3%. We see a nice trend in the resident permit. So
I see that.
So you're seeing 51 to 61, 57 to 61, and then a nice 15% jump
Do we
to
know why?
66. I think it's just more people in the town. I mean, that's kind of what we're seeing. Because you see the seniors are really jumping. So we have a lot more seniors in the town, people turn into seniors, 15 to 16 to 19. So-
Some of the beaches are complaining about non-residents taking up the spots.
Oh, I know which beach you're talking about. I saw him last week.
Me too.
Well, they don't have that many spots and you want them
Eric
to be for
Bigler.
residents.
Yeah, and that's something,
Beach Beach.
Oh,
yeah, Eric wants to come and talk about that again, so we're always for it. I mean, it's up to the town board if they wanna
that's
do
something
something
we
like that.
need to think about,
Yeah.
because they don't have a lot of parking there.
Yeah, even
No.
down by us is, down on Edwards Avenue, is only
Oh, yeah, yeah.
half a dozen spots, and then people
At
start,
most.
yeah, parking
Yeah,
up the road
the problem
there.
is they create a lot of garbage and, so that's why Eric is upset about that. The non-resident annual, 2017, the revenue was combined with the daily, so it's not fair to compare. So we'll go right to 2018. It stays around the $16,000 mark always. This is the $200 sticker that people buy for the year, non-residents. So it pretty much, it's 50.5% down, but it always hovers around there. Same thing, the dailies. Now, the dailies went up significantly over in a 5-year trend, but now they're hovering and kind of staying around 39 to 37. So we lost 7% this past year, but it pretty much stays at this number every year, and that's the $35 per day. And the boat ramp permit is the one we love because that came out of nowhere. We started doing that, I believe, in 17. Tim's been heading that committee up. So it went from 12,290. We raised the rates. It went from 15,5. We raised them a little bit more. Now it went to 23,8. So nice 94% jump at the boat ramp permit. So that's the South Jamesport boat ramp that we used to share with the state. Now the town has taken it over, and so this is found revenue for us. And then the next following pages kind of shows you. Oh, sorry. They show you just the graphs. I like to show graphs to see the trends, where they're going. So you see the resident permit numbers, then you see the resident permit revenue. Now what we're gonna ask for, so this is good to talk about this page. We were looking to raise the rates from $15, which has been there for a very long time, to $20. Southampton, Brookhaven's at $40 per resident. So we thought a $5 increase, and if we kept the same trends, you would see from 66, you go to $88,000. So a nice 20,000 increase, if the town board would like to change it. That's our recommendation, to change from 15 to 20. We don't touch the seniors, we keep them at 5, because
I know, that's so
they would
weird.
come after you. So.
All right, did you put a resolution in for this?
This, no,
For
we
the
did not,
increase?
we
Okay.
didn't, we wanted to talk to you first, and if you wanted to do it, we can put the resolution right in.
I think 15 is really cheap.
Yes.
I think
It
we
is,
should
that's
go
why
to
maybe
20.
we can slowly
20
build
seat,
it
I mean,
to 20 would be good, and maybe next year 25, we'll see how. But no matter who you talk to, they'll be upset that we raised it. But
Exactly.
it's still,
But,
it's
you know.
$20 per year, and you can use the beach all year. So, and it's calendar, 12-month calendar year. So I just wanted to show you what we could potentially make. And then the rest are, you can see the 4x4 trends. It looks like a little triangle. It's up and down, up and down. And the final with the seniors, you can see the seniors slowly moving up. And that just tells us, you know, we're slowly gaining more seniors, we're gaining more residents, and the trend's just slowly going up.
Seniors are more spry these days.
Yeah, yeah. And then the boat ramp permit, you can see the jump from 2017 all the way to 2019, so that's a nice trend going up. We feel that rate is good now. It's at par with other municipalities, and it's good revenue. You know, nice 23,000 that we didn't have 2 years ago. So that's it with the trends and everything. Those are the results from 2019. Now, there are two things that we did that we'd like to talk to you about. That's one of the reasons I was pushing to get this on, so we talked about it quickly.
Good.
One of the things that people complain about is they have 500 stickers on their car, because we sell, the resident sticker, an East Crete sticker, a 4x4 sticker, so we get a lot of complaints that way. So what we decided to do is turn them into a package deal, all right? And this is what the package deal would look like. One here. And I'm gonna actually hand you out what they would look like. So basically, we turned them into a platinum, gold, silver, and bronze. And I'll go over each one with you. This is what the stickers would look like. We did like a little simulation on our own.
Yeah, I think there's two.
You guys need these?
Huh.
There's two.
You should have one color and one not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's silver and then black. Sorry, here's one.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'll go over it with you. The bronze pass is just a parking pass. So you can still come in and say, I just want your resident parking pass. The 5, that's with the 20, and the 200 non-residents. So We're still offering that, so you don't have to buy multiple stickers, so that's your bronze pass. The silver pass, that includes parking and the boat launch. Now, we do receive a lot of people doing both, so it's just you're just adding the rate. So it would be 10 for seniors, 40 for residents, 275 for non-residents, and the commercial is 300, so. So that includes parking and your boat launch permit.
Okay.
The next one would be the gold pass, which is only for residents, because it's the 4x4 pass. And so it would be 65 for seniors and 80 for residents. We do not charge fire and ambulance, and we would come with you to ask you just to continue the permission with that. So this is parking and 4x4. So this is something the 4x4s ask for all the time because they don't like sticking 2 stickers on their car. So we figured we'd combine them. We've done it once before, and when we did it once before, the people that were just getting didn't want both would complain. So we solved that with the bronze pass. And then the platinum pass, this is everything for everybody, including parking, boat launch, and 4x4. Again, it's only for residents. And then it's just the combined rate, 70 for seniors, 100 for residents. And then we do not charge veterans in the past, and we'll ask you that again.
What's the cost, because you're doing more stickers?
No, we're actually not. It's actually, I think we did a little bit less. It's around the same price as we have the quotes, same thing. So it's not costing the town anymore. It's just a different way. Because we're not gonna need as many resident stickers, so we
Right.
less those and add the other ones.
So I come in and I buy the bronze pass, and then I purchase a 4x4 and decide, oh, now I wanna go on the beach. So I come back in and I have to move it up to
So we thought we'd just
gold
like
pass.
prorate you.
So, do you give me a new gold pass and it goes over the bronze pass?
Yeah,
What we would do, if you
Return
bring
the
in the bronze pass,
Return
then
the
we'll
bronze.
prorate you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ray, I see here number of permits. Under what circumstances will people get more than one?
So that's for
That's just
beach
numbers
attendants.
for, beach attendants so they can keep track. We don't give more than one.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna sell one at a time, that's.
Okay.
Yeah, if you lose your sticker or anything like that, you have to buy a new one, or bring in the one that's damaged. Because once you peel the sticker off your car, it voids out automatically.
Okay.
You think this is just as easy for enforcement?
We think
It's-
that was
we think it's
kind of
easier
the
for them.
reason
It'll help
behind
them
it.
out a lot.
It appears to be.
They think it's a rainbow. They hate it. You know, they don't.
It's very confusing if you don't deal with
Okay.
them every day.
Well, it's a
for
good
them.
Yeah. So, and then we sent this to Sergeant Egan already, just to see what he thought of it. So, they're all for it. In fact, Sergeant Egan's been in meetings with us, telling us that we have too many colors, so
Yeah,
he's one of the
That's your chief.
proponents
He's a
of
big
it.
advocate for it.
Yeah. And I just have one more. This is a program that we're looking to go in. We wanna get rid of cash at the beaches. So, we wanna get on with the technology, and this is
About time.
this is an app called Viply,
Sounds good.
and it's free, doesn't cost us a dime.
Ray, could you just explain to me, I don't understand
Sure.
what free fire and ambulance is?
What we've done, if you're a volunteer, fireman, or you work in the ambulance, what the town board has authorized in the past is that they get free stickers.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, just bring in your ID.
Yep.
Okay.
No, I wasn't sure if they were getting
Yep.
free parking at the
Jordan
fire
has it?
department or.
Everybody have the Viply? All right, I'm gonna just start it. Jordan actually, we tagged him and he found this. We love it. We think it's a great idea, so I figured I'd let him explain it to you, pretty much how it works.
Basically, what our goal is to remove, accepting cash at the beach. We don't wanna, accept cash at the beach. So basically, we create this platform, it is free of charge, we don't have to pay anything for it. But basically, the customer, there is a $1 fee plus the 2.9% that we would have to charge the customer. But, once we get started, we wouldn't have to accept any more cash at the beach.
And if they pay with credit card anyway, they'd have to pay that fee.
Yes.
Right.
That's a municipal law. We have to charge the fees to them.
And the 2.9 comes out of the fee charge?
Yes, plus
Okay.
one, and plus
So
a,
that's
plus
the
$1.30.
service, that's the
yes.
bank you're using?
So the
Okay.
2.9% goes to the credit card, the $1 goes to Viply. That's where they make their
Right.
money.
Wait
Okay.
a second, are you saying that the senior beach pass is gonna be $6?
Yeah.
If they use
If
a
they
cell
If
phone.
you don't, we're not forcing everybody to, but we're
If they
trying to get
like.
the trend where we eliminate just about all cash,
I
and
know,
then
you guys
within
have
a
talked
year or
about this.
two, then we can tell everybody it's just cashless. And there are companies that are starting to do that. I went to Planet Fitness the other day, and I went to buy something with cash, like, no cash here, it's all cashless. So you see some of the newer businesses starting to say, hey, no more cash, it's all electronic now. So we want to launch it and then see how it works. And then maybe in a year or two, then we can terminally say, that's it, no more cash at the beach. So continue.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
basically you have to download the app on your cell phone. You create an account, you select our beach, Town of Riverhead Beaches, and then you select which pass you want. You want a daily resident pass. Just from there, you put in your personal information, into your credit card information, and basically what it is you have to go to the beach, and the beach.
Yeah, if you look at page 3, that kind of shows you what the consumer's gonna see.
And as you go along, you can go to page 4, and it's right here where you would choose which parking pass, boat launch, and then you go on to the next one. This is where you come in to the beach. We have a QR code, and you would have to scan your cell phone over the code, and then that's where this screen would come up.
And this is one of the reasons we liked Viply is because we cannot get online access down at the beach. No cell and very little Wi-Fi. So we used to have the credit card machines, and when we used the tablets, it totally backed on us all the time. We couldn't get the signal. So then we had to use phone lines, the credit card machines. It was a disaster. We had to stretch it out to where the beach personnel was. So we really feel this way is the best, because we don't need any hardware down there.
Yeah,
We
no,
just
we
have the
just need
QR
a
code.
QR code, which.
So the verification for residency is done at the beach?
Yes.
Will be
Yes.
done by
They
the
have to bring
attendant there,
their-
they have
yep.
to show whatever.
And
What-
it spells it out in here, what you have to bring to the beach, and it goes over it with them a few times.
Yeah, on the next page, you can see. You just put in your information, that's just an example of the vehicle plate number on the next page. Yeah, like vehicle plate number, where we could ask for registration, name, address, all of that stuff, and then you would have to verify that at the beach.
And what would happen if someone lost their phone? Or,
They could download the app again. If they make the purchase,
Okay.
it would still be, if they had to get a new phone, they would just have to download the app.
and how do you keep track of these people?
The beauty is that Viply keeps
You
great
have an
records for
accountant?
us.
Yes,
Yep.
and there's no hardware to install, anything like that, it's all done online, and they have records of everything, even where you pick your sticker up at. If you pick it up at Reeves, it'll show that, pick it up at James.
Yeah, and another thing I love about Ripley, and I love reports, it tells you exactly who bought the sticker,
Date,
when,
time.
where.
I've used one of
And
those,
then we'd have a whole big spreadsheet of who's buying it. We keep the records of the beach stickers, but we don't keep the names. This'll keep everybody's name, we'll know who bought a sticker, and then if somebody comes in and says, oh, I never bought a sticker, oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, it'll be
this date,
easier to
this
keep
beach.
track of.
One
Also
thing
makes-
on it that Jordan, I don't know if you were gonna touch base on, is that people had asked if you can redo it, like I can show you and then go to another beach and show them my QR code, but it will terminate after you, like, click redeem or something.
Yes,
And
once-
show it, it'll terminate, so you can't go around to different beaches and keep showing and just picking up your sticker.
Yeah, basically, if you get to this page, this is the QR, yep. We would have this code at the beach, like this would be the code for Reeves Beach, so when they scan this,
Okay.
it'll show Reeves Beach. Once you purchase it, this screen won't show up again. You won't be able to see this screen again.
Okay.
So you'd
so
have
your
to, you'd have to
scan
go in,
Deletes itself?
yes.
Great, perfect.
And once it's verified, now, once you try to scan again, this shows up green. If you tried it again after you had already purchased your sticker, it would show up red, and the beach attendant would know.
That's a good security.
And everything will come to my computer live, so I'll
Yes,
know
it comes- and
exactly
it comes
who's
in
buying it
immediately.
when.
So
So
are
you
you
can see
gonna
throughout
switch
the day.
completely to this, or are you gonna phase it in?
Face. Yeah, we can't tell people right away, hey,
Yeah.
sorry, you can't bring
It
your
should
$5
be a
to the
pilot
beach.
project.
There might be
Yeah,
some
yeah.
people that
We're
are
gonna-
not tech savvy that.
And
do
you
it.
know
Yeah.
what, the
Maybe
people
you
from,
could talk them through it.
the people from Bipley said that, whenever they installed this in other places, that's what would happen, slowly it would grow and people.
And maybe you should have instructions at the booth and give it to people
Yeah,
to
no, that's a good
promote it.
idea.
You know?
And they
Just
would,
give
they
'em
would
as they
also,
come
Like a
in this
big
summer.
sign that says that, so when they're coming in, maybe they're online, they can see what they have to do. That's a
and
good
they
idea.
offer that as well,
Something to hand them.
for,
Signs.
for free.
That's
They'll
true,
put up
that's true.
signs, they'll put
You know how
posters.
people are,
They
yeah.
even said that, they would come out and train our staff,
Perfect.
how to train other people to use it.
I think you might see your numbers go up because people come to the beach and don't always have cash, so it's just.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, a lot of people, it's becoming a cashless world, you know?
Well, it's also a safer venue to do, because we have young kids down at the beaches predominantly.
Yep. No,
Selling
you're right.
stickers, and honestly, it's not the safest thing in the world, and with lack of cell phone and Wi-Fi at most of the beaches, this will be great.
Yeah, and that's one of Eric Beegler's concerns
this
down
is
at
a home
Reeves,
run.
that we have a 15, 16-year-old dealing with cash, and we don't allow them to have that much cash, but you never know, they can have a whole bunch of transactions at once. So when I told him about this, he went on to the next topic, so it was nice.
Yeah, and if you look at the last page, it shows you a comparison between having a staff
the next
or a
one.
kiosk. as
Also,
opposed
people
to
that's
the-
a
can get to the beach
Down
quicker.
Yes, they don't
They don't have to
stop.
wait online
Well-
on the 4th of July weekend.
Exactly. They can already have it ready
I-
on their
I
cell
agree
phone.
with
Yeah, I
that.
know. It's easier, the staff, and I don't think you have to make as much collections, is that correct?
No.
So that's gonna.
And then less deposits to the
Less
bank, less
deposits,
money in the
less collect-
cars.
Right.
What do you collect, twice a day?
At least,
At
but
least,
if they start making more, they'll call and let us know.
Maybe
And
it's just.
Look at Bill. I didn't see you jump that fast in a while.
I want you in a foxhole with me when something happens. Jump right in, very good.
Actually, Spider-Man.
Is Spider-Man, okay.
So sorry, we threw a lot at you at once,
No.
but we wanted to get this through so we can get moving. on
Sounds
things.
like, you guys are moving forward with technology, we always like that. Efficiency, and obviously you're gonna have a backup system if something happens, right?
Oh, yeah, we're still doing both operations down there.
So we can call it a pilot project and.
Yes, and then we'll bring the results to the board at
And
the
you'll
end of the year.
update us
Yeah.
as things go on? Perfect.
Yeah, we can even give you periodical reports. That's what I
Yes.
love about VIP. They keep giving me reports, I'll give you the reports. Is the town board was gonna submit the resolution with the $20? Is the town board okay with that, or you wanna keep it at 15?
No, I'm fine.
I'm fine with going to 20, it's been 15 for a number of years.
Okay, excellent.
It's still a bargain at 20.
It is.
Oh,
Yes,
I
it is.
agree, I
Absolutely.
agree.
You pay more than that for a one-day sticker when you go over to the ocean, so.
Or
Yeah, I say
Starbucks
that other
coffee is
beaches
almost
charge by the day.
Right.
Some places they charge daily,
Anyway, they have a
no
good
matter.
senior rate.
Okay, and the
Yes.
changes in the fees for the fields were okay?
Fine with me.
Yes,
Okay, then we
Go
can
forward.
move forward with everything.
okay,
Thank you
so
very much.
Before you run, we just wanted to discuss briefly plans to possibly move recreation out of the senior center and move them back to Stotsky Park where they belong.
Okay.
I've talked to Ray and the staff about that. It's been a complaint from the residents because when we moved them to Aquabog, everybody had to go to Aquabog to get their stickers and deal with the recreation department. And Stotsky Park is our flagship park, number one. Number two, it's centrally located in the town.
Right.
We have that space just sitting there dormant, makes no sense. When people go to the park, that park is used more than any other park. It's nice to have staff there on the premise, in case there's a problem or a question or whatever. And originally, we merged them with the seniors in a cost-saving, plan, and, I have to say that plan didn't really work out. We really didn't save a
Never
lot
got
of
it off
money
the ground
by
like we should,
combining
yeah.
with staff personnel. So I'm gonna recommend to the board that we entertain moving recreation back. I've talked to Ray about it, and we may leave one or two staff
Two staff
at the
members.
seniors, particularly one that would do the intergenerational stuff, where they would be working with youth and seniors and
Yes.
coordinating those programs. It would make sense to leave them there.
And then for the people that are used to going now into the senior center to get their stickers or register, we would have somebody there to register them. So we now technically have two locations, one on
So
the west and east side towns.
What would it entail?
Well,
Are we talking
it
a big
entails a
move?
lot. It
Okay.
entails a lot, not in terms of big move, but there's other pieces to it, because we were looking to put the ambulance personnel here up at Stotsky Park.
Right.
We really don't wanna do that, we wanna move, the recreation staff back to Stotsky Park. The ambulance staff, I've been talking to, Mr. Mitchell from the Peconic Bay Medical Center, Northwell Health, and they may have space available for us to put the ambulance personnel in their Second Street Entenmann's campus building, the tall red brick building there. They have extra office space, so we may be able to put the ambulance personnel in there, because tied into that is we're increasing our code enforcement. So really what we need to do is we need to move code enforcement across the hall into where the ambulance is now, and then code enforcement can use that office plus the back office, which gives them more room, because they're gonna have 2 more code enforcement officers, plus another part-time clerk, or code enforcement, clerk, or whatever the title
Right,
is.
okay.
So they need more room.
Tim, what will go in the other?
Then what I would like to do is move,
Personnel.
personnel over here, and then move, Teresa, purchasing into where Meg's spot is, because it's all bigger, she's jammed in, so there's a lot to this, but I think it's gonna make a smooth transition and have, everybody in place where they should be, with adequate room to do
It
what they
wouldn't
need
be so
to do.
difficult for us, we have the computers in place, so it's just a matter of moving bodies and just a few computers. So that would be a smooth transition for us,
Right.
at least on our end.
And it'll be a better use of space then?
Much better use of
That's
space.
what it sounds
The
like.
only hook here is if it's too cost prohibitive to put the ambulance in the Second Street, building that the hospital owns, we would have to find another place to put the ambulance personnel. And, we're trying to work out if it's gotta be a market rate payment, we probably won't be able to do it, but if we can work something else out with them, we'll see. If we can, get a reduced rate for the town to go in there, and that would make it more plausible. If not, again, we have to find another place for the ambulance personnel to go.
Well, I think it'll be nice for Meg and Dion to be in the same room.
Oh, absolutely, right now, it's
Yeah.
kinda crazy the way
I
it's
think we should
working.
consider getting her an adult-sized desk, too.
Yeah.
You've got like a child desk.
Okay.
Was that all the stuff you wanted to?
Yeah,
cover?
that
Yes,
was
right.
all I wanted to touch on.
Since you're here, I did ask for an update, you gave me an update on where we stand on the projects that we voted through in December, but
Okay.
can you give an update on
Yeah, I
the
mean.
progress for those projects that we voted through?
Sure, everything is on order. The playgrounds have been on order, they're on their way, and the installers are all set, so as soon as the playgrounds come in, the installers, and everything's done, the POs are done, the dates are done, so they're ready, as soon as the playgrounds come in, as long as the ground's not frozen, they're gonna install them at GYCC, and they're gonna install the one at Bayberry.
And What,
The
what
pickleball
about
courts
the
are
one
next.
that we had in storage all those years?
That's the one going into
In
Bayberry.
Bayberry.
And,
yes.
and we were
Right.
able to salvage that?
Yeah, at a very reduced price. It was a $19,000 value, we got them at $5,000.
It's good to get something out of storage
$5,000
and
for that
use it.
unit, yeah.
Well, an
So-
engineering check to make sure all the parts were
That was
there.
the big part, and thank you for doing that, because that was the one thing we were afraid of. There was in storage for a while, and we wanted to make sure all the parts were there.
And the codes changed,
It's still handicapped accessible.
and everything?
Yeah,
Safe
yeah,
harbor.
we make sure of
Okay.
that before we order.
You said the pickleball courts are coming. How many new courts will we have?
We're gonna put brand-new courts at Veterans Park, so we're gonna do that from scratch. We're gonna reline the plan over at Stotsky Park in the area of the skate park where we opened up the space, we're gonna line them. And then we're gonna redo the tennis courts over at South Jamesport, where they'll be able to do pickleball as well.
Great. Yeah, I know that's really popular.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Well, Drew's getting into it.
I couldn't believe he called me the other day, on Saturday, he asked me about it. I'm like, all right, Drew, we'll get you in.
Now, when will the water go to the dog parks?
That is a Drew question. He's working on the water park, but I'll call him just to make sure
Okay.
we're on the same page. As far as I knew, he was on top of everything, so.
Well, I do notice that you guys keep those dog parks cleaned up, keep them raked and pretty cleaned up.
We do. That's Jordan's crew. They do a wonderful job.
Good job, Jordan.
All right.
And great job on the brochure too. Every spring and fall when your brochures come out, the work is incredible.
thank you. Thank you.
Honestly, and I've said this before, if you can't find something as a resident in that book that interests you or your child, I don't know what we can do for you, because you cover so many various topics and events and sporting, events and different things. It's awesome, so
We try.
really,
Thank you.
really happy with our recreation department here. You guys do a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, everyone.
Okay.
Anybody need coffee?
Take care. Likewise. All right, this ends, discussions, and we're gonna move on to resolutions.
going?
Number 1, ratifies the appointment of a.
Just give me 1 minute here,
Okay.
my computer shut off.
Wanna
Some of
give
them,
us
and we
a
have a
second here.
big, executive session, so I'm trying to.
Yeah, we do.
This is for tomorrow's meeting, okay.
Yep. Who's ready? I'm ready.
Get mine all set up. You want the hard copy? I'll
No,
just read it.
I'm right here. Agenda package. Good.
Okay, we're good to go. Number one, here's my list, okay. Ratifies the appointment of a part-time office assistant to the town supervisor's office. 2, ratifies the appointment of a secretary to the town supervisor's office. Number 3, resolution authorizing agreement between the Riverhead Water District and Camp Dresser McGee and Smith of Groundwater Modeling Services. Whew, okay. Number 4, resolution number 914, adopted on December 17, 2019. Number 5, attendance of one police department employee to the 2020 CATCA National Leadership Forum. Number 6, Plant 5 Wellhead PFOS PFOA removal project number 82050, budget adoption. Number 7, Riverhead Calverton Sewer Budget Adjustment. Number 8, ratifies the authorization of attendance at the 2020 training school for newly elected town officials held by the Association of Towns. Number 9, authorization to correct transcription mistake in bid award for sewer department chemicals. Number 10, authorize attendance at GFOA attendance conference. Where were 10? 11, authorize extension of service agreement non-pro-tunc with Waste Inc. for town of Riverhead Calverton Sewer District. Number 12, authorizes town clerk to publish and post notice to bidders for rebid, for electric motor repair replacement, including emergency Riverhead Water District. Number 12, approves chapter 255 application of event power. Number 14, resolution to support New York State Department of Environmental Conservation acquisition through use of environmental protection funds. Number 15, appoint official online publication.
Who would that be?
I have to do some detective work on that. Number 16, authorizes attendance at Fire Marshal IAAI conference. Number 17, appoints a public safety dispatcher 1. Number 18, approves the chapter 255 application of Tanga Outlet Memorial Day Weekend Block Party. Number 19, accepts the resignation of Secretary of the town secretary of, it's not a secretary, that's,
What's the title?
that was supposed to be, okay, all right, well.
That's Patrick, we're
It-
accepting his
okay.
resignation.
Yep.
Yeah.
19, accepts the resignation of the secretary to the town supervisor's office. 20, setting terms and conditions of employment for Lisa Dow Richards, secretary to the town supervisor's office. 21, authorization to publish and post bid for police department marine unit boat and outboard motor maintenance and repair 2020-2021. 22, awards bid for food and meat products. 23, accepts the resignation of the deputy town supervisor. 24, acknowledge appointment of and sets compensation for deputy supervisor. 25, authorizes the town clerk to publish and post a help wanted advertisement for a town budget officer. 26, appoints a hearing officer. 8, I have officer.
No, I said my numbers are different.
Okay.
Yeah, mine are too.
Isn't,
What about the town board coordinator?
yeah, I don't see that
That
on
was
here.
supposed to be in, Denise, the town board coordinator, what happened? We just,
Yeah, we'll talk
oh,
about
it went to
that.
executive session. Did you want it here? We can just add it now.
Oh, we need to put it on for, whether you wanna do it after the executive session,
Yeah, why
would
don't
be
we-
fine.
Okay, we'll do it after,
Yeah,
but it is down there.
that's fine.
Talk
Okay,
about it.
okay.
This way we
Because
have
it
it
was
on
an
for
employee,
for
a
tomorrow's.
personnel matter.
Right.
Yeah, so we, decided to put it in for that. Okay, so all's good?
Can somebody check the number, the fire marshal conference, where that is? I can't get that to open. That's number
Do
16.
you have that?
What number is it?
Number 16? I can't, I'm not getting the printout to open.
Okay.
Just wondered where it is.
Fire marshal conference?
Yes.
What number was it?
Atlantic
16.
City.
Okay.
All right, spent some money there. All right, moving forward, can I have a motion, and a second to go into executive session? Matters,
Yes, we did.
You did.
Yes.
matters surrounding the hiring of an employee, matters surrounding the hiring of a second employee, matters surrounding change in status of employment, matters surrounding hiring of 2 employees, matters surrounding change in status of employment in code enforcement, matters surrounding change in status of employment in town attorney's office, and contractual matters surrounding change in status of employment contract. All in
Motion.
favor?
Motion.
Aye.
Okay, all in
Anybody
favor?
second it? Aye.
All opposed? So moved.